Hello, my name is Tri Fritz, and I'm the Director of Adult Faith Formation at St. Philip the Apostle Parish. Welcome to our new video series and discussion on the 5 habits of prayerful people. Today, the habit that we are going to be discussing is actually split into 2 concepts: passion and pursuit. Now, as Catholics, we can liken this to the call that we receive from the letter of St. James for both faith and works as a justification for our relationship to God. But why do we need to have both sides of this coin, passion and pursuit? Why are they both necessary? Well, because without them, our faith is hollow. And prayer then just becomes an act of obligation and a box that we check off. If you have passion but no pursuit of action, your spiritual life isn't likely to be more than a flash in the pan. On the other side, if you have pursuit but no passion, your prayers will be organized but will ultimately lack soul. So let's take a look at passion. Now, the Latin root for the word passion is passio, which means to suffer. And the greatest example of this is Christ's passion. He suffered quite a bit on our behalf: physical abuse, mental abuse, shame, betrayal, abandonment. But Jesus took this suffering and offered it to God as a means for our salvation. Thus, his passion wasn't something arbitrary, but actually something that contained purpose. So how do we relate to this? Well, in a much smaller way, we do the same thing every day in our careers and our responsibilities. We sacrifice our time, our talent, and our bodies. Rarely is this enjoyable. In our jobs, we endure physical and mental stress, among other things. But we offer up this suffering to an employer who in turn provides us a means to provide for ourselves and our families: food, home, education, entertainment. Thus, our passion becomes a gift that we are able to give others. Now, does your prayer life reflect this type of passion? Or is it something you simply do out of convenience or because of Sunday obligation? St. Catherine of Siena spoke of passion when she said, "Those who are not thirsty will never persevere in their journey." Now, the ache that we have in our souls, the hunger and thirst that we have for God, well, this constitutes the passion that actually propels us deeper into prayer. So what suffering are you offering to God in prayer? Well, perhaps not as much as Jesus suffered for us, but are you offering to God the same suffering that you offer up to your family or to other people that you love here on this earth? Are you giving God your passion in prayer? But this is only one part of the equation. Passion without execution or pursuit isn't fruitful. Have you ever pined in love for a man or a woman away, just sitting alone? Did it ever get you very far in that relationship? Not likely. You may have had passion, but the pursuit left you empty. Well, think about it. When you are pursuing something, you are being very intentional. Not only do you act, you're thoughtful and you're focused, and thus you're more likely to do it better. It doesn't matter if you're cooking dinner or tackling a project at work. The same is true in prayer. Real holiness flows from intent and action, belief and behavior. If you think about Jesus and never try to live like Jesus or pursue spending time with him, your efforts will only go so far. Once again, St. James tells us in his letter, "Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in a mirror and then, after looking at himself, goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. Now, this video and your discussion is not an instruction on how to pray, but to consider what you offer within your prayer. The objective of prayer is not simply to do it for a certain amount of time or recite something over and over to a certain number. It is a desire to attain an intimacy with Christ, and that is done through passion and pursuit. Ultimately, the end goal of our lives is for us to reach heaven and true communion with the Father. But our reconciliation with God doesn't come from handing in a job application with a number of tasks completed. Rather, it is a marriage proposal, an act of love. And how does your prayer life reflect that? I hope you enjoy your discussion on passion and pursuit in prayer, and God bless.